I used to talk to, and I ain't gonna lie, before I used to have my place and everything, I was homeless at the time, and I used to leech around her, you know? But not saying like that made her, I can think that made her, feel the way, but she didn't necessarily say that, but she kind of just expressed it with her, with her actions, instead of her words. So, she
Okay.
did say, a few things to make me understand how she felt, but it wasn't the 100% on how she felt, you know? She just, gave out her actions and she decided to fight back.
Okay. Well, what was her actions, brother?
I got cut in the face with a bone, and then, what else? She wiped my eyes down with bleach. Yep.
You
She rubbed
said
my eyes with bleach. So let me tell you how that happened, how she even got that close. Was because, so, it's a long story. So the bleach in the eyes was actually after, way after.
that's a
Yeah,
first.
so
That's a
the
first.
first was me getting into a fight with her, and we both went to jail. We both went to jail, and we went to jail for domestic violence. And when we went to jail for domestic violence, I got out. When I got out, she was still in there for like 3 extra months. So as she was in there, I told her, like, I was trying to get my shit back. She didn't want to get none of my stuff back. I had all my stuff that was at her house because at the time, like I said, I was homeless. So I was trying to get all my shit from her house, because I made up a lot of stuff while being at her house. But when I went back to her house to go get my stuff, you know what I'm saying? She went, only way for me to go back to her house was me like acting like, but only thing I went left is because she was realizing I was picking my shit up from her house, like, you know? When I was picking my shit up from her house, nigga, she immediately jumped on my back, hopped on my back, nigga, put bleach over my head, nigga, and held my eyes like this. Yep. Like chlorine bleach, like, you know what I'm saying? One of them white bottles, when the white, with the blue top.
My, you know what bothers me, brother? Can I
What's
be
up?
honest with you? What bothers me is the fact that I was about to hurry up and skip you, bro. And because I'm thinking you ain't really been through nothing. That's cool, good because of how you presenting it. You know how you was presenting is like, yeah, who hasn't been through this? We didn't all been through something. Girl, she got a little physical with her hands. That's it. All right, brother. But luck.
Get her off me, push her off me, hella shit. And this is after I got out of jail from her. When I came out, right? You know who was at the door? Her mom.
Oh,
When her mom came up to the door,
what did her
let
mom
me
do?
tell you exactly what her mama did. When her mama came in, no, when I went out the door because I was trying to get out with my shit, her mom came right up, like she was coming through the hallway because it's a hallway and then there's a library and a lobby. She was coming up the elevator into the hallway of where she was at because it's the fourth floor. And then right when you turn, it's her door, and that's when she saw me come out. When she saw me come out, I was drenched. I ain't gonna lie, I thought she was gonna save me. No, she came out to attack me too. Like, cause she just immediately, she didn't think about nothing. She didn't think about like, oh, was he okay?
And called and said to her, or text her and said.
Exactly.
She could have texted her and been like, "Mama, he fighting me. He trying to take stuff and out of my house and stuff like that or
Yep. And
anything."
when she came, when
Yep.
I seen her give me the eye contact, like me as knowing my mom and knowing other people's moms, everybody moms give that eye to eye to make you understand like certain things. When she looked at me, I already knew it was about that time. Like, oh yeah, like she want to fight about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just got out of, you know what I'm saying, the bleach and hella shit. Like, as her mom ran up to me, she ran up to me. I try to go back inside the house, close the door, like, close the door, like, you know what I'm saying? I go close the door. Her daughter jumped back on my back. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get her off me type shit. Her mom come in the door, holding on, trying to pull her daughter off me, but trying to fight me at the same time. So I'm bunching with both of these motherfuckers, like, You know what I'm saying? I'm going with, not going at it, but like, cause I ain't punch him, I ain't did nothing yet. That's why I'm more mad, because I ain't put no aggression on none of these women, but I went to jail for the shit. But these women just couldn't get out, you know what I'm saying? Her mom was just like, so trying,
You probably sweating, and the bleach coming down into your eyes now, ain't it?
yep.
Yep.
And as I'm talking to him too, there's bleach, like I said, there's bleach all over me and hella shit. She's looking at me like, why I got so much bleach on me? I'm telling her like, bro, your daughter is like, I ain't gonna lie, I was so pissed because I couldn't get it out, you know? So, like, I was really trying to just make her understand, like, your mom, your daughter is going crazy. And what you're not realizing is that as me as a black male and your daughter as a black African-American woman, this shit ain't cute. This shit ain't cool. And you're not realizing who's fucking up right now, because all you see is your daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to let her know, what if it was the other way around? If it was the other way around and I was really doing a mess, y'all be ready to kill me in this bitch. Think about it, you know?
God, bro, they'll put you under the jet. Listen, you'll be on the news, bro. Man pours. I love how humble you are, but bro, you got the right to yell about this shit when you want to.
Yeah, definitely. I honestly, this is something
Don't let nobody make you be silent or tell you that it don't mean nothing, or you can get over it, or you cool, ain't you? You alive, ain't you? Your skin ain't off, ain't you? My thing is, brother, your life was in jeopardy. If you had a slipped, hit your head on something, the corner of something, brother, they would have got away.
Yeah.
They would have said you was the aggressor.
That's what the police said to me. The police said the only reason why I went to jail is because I was the aggressor. They couldn't, and what's crazy, the police.
So she's telling them that she retaliated in self-defense with bleach. And they went for that?
Because I was like, bro, like, I was sitting in there for like 30 minutes to an hour fighting with her and her mom. You know what I'm saying? When y'all was taking like a whole, you know what I'm saying, hell long to get in this house for them to understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, we didn't make the call. So one people that made the call to the police was the people in the lobby. So why did it take that long for them to get up here to stop the whole situation? Like,
bro, please tell me you didn't go to jail in that paddy wagon with bleach all over.
I didn't go to jail that day. I went to jail but before.
Okay, cool.
I went, I ain't gonna lie, honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth like this. I went homeless, and then after I went homeless, I ended up getting into a shelter, and then after getting into a shelter, pretty much it was just me getting back on my feet, and I'm here now in my housing, and then I'm supposed to be getting into apartment housing 2 months from now. So pretty much it's just me trying to re-elevate myself because of all the crazy. That was like maybe like the I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. That was like the second person I ever been with, like, that's like been like ever like really like more than just aggressive, but like on a different time of aggressive, you know? Like I have been through where, you know, women been toxic, you know, and the shits get a little bit left in life. But this girl was trying to like, she was doing more than trying to like, you feel me? She was trying to like, yeah, you can kick me out, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like, if you want me to go, I can leave.
You could have gagged to death. She don't know if you allergic, how your skin was going to react to that bleach or nothing.
Exactly. Not fact.
And then on top of that, she was trying to give you a murder charge too, because you could have
killed her. That's crazy you say that.
Some people would have snapped her neck.
That's crazy you say that.
Some men would have snapped her neck.
Let me tell you the truth like this. Let me tell you, this shit is crazy. I'm gonna tell you, because I'm gonna go more into the story from before I went to jail, right? Before I went to jail, right? Not the day that 3 months before, and I was at her house, and when I was getting into it with her, right, and she was mad and shit, she cut me. When she cut me in the face, right, because I was trying to see if she was for real, like she was dead ass, like, you know what I'm saying? When she ran close to me and swung that bong, because she cracked my bong on the wall, and then she went straight at me with it, and then picked up the other knife, so she had a knife in her hand and bong in her other hand. Feel me? And
the bong was glass.
When she walked up to me, I was thinking she was just trying to like scare me, and it wasn't scaring me. The only thing that was gonna scare me is she put it to my face, and she did. She cut me right here. When she cut me right here, that's when I was like, oh yeah, like this girl not playing.
No, brother, no, but Brother, come back to the screen. This scar right here on your head, come closer.
Yep. She wasn't playing, like, you know, at that time. So it clicked in my head, like, oh yeah, like, she's trying to, like, do some crazy shit. Like, I don't even want to be, like, you know, in this shit. Right when I try to get out.
Oh, she was going, that could have put your eye out completely. She could have gouged it out.
Yeah. When I went back in.
She was trying to kill you, bro. That ain't nothing other than, that's attempted murder, brother.
When I was in there and she blocked me from getting out, right? She started, instead of her, like, when she cut me, she knew I was backing up. And then as she's walking up to me, she's breaking shit, like, she's breaking shit in front of me, like as I'm trying to, like, get away. Like, she's throwing my PlayStation on the floor towards me. She's throwing my other bongs I had. She stole my phone. Both my phones broke. I just got a phone just now. This is the phone I got on Tag. It's an app called Tag. I got a free phone on Tag. But I've been, you know, she broke all my shit. So I was like, at the point, I was just like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? I got a son. So it's like.
What nationality is she?
Huh? African American. They both came and attacked me.
This happened recently, right? How long
This was
ago?
like last year, November. Yep, last year, November.
Not even a year ago.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
pretty much.
It's a little bit over a year.
But freaking
man,
I was just like, man, honestly, this is what I'm gonna take in as my consequence. What I said to myself after that happened, I just took it as something to let me know, like, you know, like, I just need to step back, you know, like, it, like, so I feel like I just need to, like, certain people that I feel like that I bring in my life, I feel like that are good and normally aren't good, you know, and I feel like that, you know, at certain parts in my life, I just probably need to relax and leave certain people alone, you know, like that girl I ran into, honestly, was somebody that I wasn't expecting to, you know, really go that crazy, but I should have expected it when her mom, I feel like her mom and them should have told me more about her, because she never told me everything the truth. Respectfully, she didn't tell me anything the truth. She only told me things that I needed to know, you know? Because when I first came to her house, it was always, niggas do this for me, niggas do this for man, you know, they do this for me, you know, instead of, like, when I come by her house, right, and I'll buy her shit, like, I'll come through, and I'll give her some stuff, like, hey, like, I got this, you know, I got some flowers or this and this, she won't take it. She only take it from other niggas. Like, she won't take it from me. You know what I'm saying?
How old are you, brother?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 24 now.
And how old was she?
She was 23. She's 24 now.
And man, look, that, and you probably don't even know where to start, do you?
Nah, it's like,
You don't even know. As a victim, did they provide you with any counseling or anything? My thing is, the police officers know that you got drenched in bleach. Did they provide you? Did the courts provide you with any type of therapy?
nope.
Wow.
Like I said, I got out of jail, and I didn't know where to go. I just went to a shelter, and then, you know, they housed me.
But it's a regular shelter, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a shelter for domestic violence against men or anything like that.
Nope.
Right. Wow. So look, brother, my advice to you would be everything that you've been through as far as being hurt by a woman, look it up, bro. Being physically harmed by a woman, or, you know, resources for men, look these things up. But I'm gonna reach out to you, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna give you my number to reach out more.
And I got you, bro. I got you. Because my thing is, if we don't bring awareness to these type of situations that men are going through, there not gonna be no resources for us, bro. And it's bad out here. Yeah. Because these men that are going through it, they just walking through life acting like they haven't went through it. Like it's normal to them or something. Right. Like they deserve it type shit. And, you know, that's not good, brother.
Yeah.
That's not good. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it honest. That's not saying that's not how I feel, but that sometimes I could feel like that. Sometimes, like, And why is because I grew up with, you know, family where, you know, like, sometimes, like, you know, our wrongs was right and our rights was wrongs. Like, you know, even when we was around, not everybody getting their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just gave me that. It just sometimes sometimes I feel like that I could be right and it's still know I'm right and then just take it as wrong. You know, like, but only through me I'll know it's right. But I won't let nobody else understand that it's right. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know that it's to you that is right. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't push you to make you think anything different if you know what it is, you know? So, that's just how it is. That's how I kind of, like, grew up on. So, like, sometimes I gotta be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, do you have any go-to methods as far as when it comes to healing? What are some things you do? You can tell me the bad things and you can tell me the good things. The healthy things and the unhealthy things you do to cope.
Like, as far as healing, like, give me, like, an example if that makes
Okay,
sense.
when you get triggered and you drowning in your sorrow and you thinking about what's happened to you, what is your go-to?
Smoke, but besides that, mostly I'll go to, like, the beach. I like to take things on my own. You know, sometimes I do speak, but that's like where I don't even speak to my dad. Like, I don't like speaking to my dad about shit because if I speak to my dad, my dad is more of an outbursting. He don't keep shit to himself. He don't keep it to himself. You know, so it's like a rare chance of me being like,
You're
hey,
not a
like,
good person
dad,
to
you gotta know
confide
this
in.
and that.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, like my grandma, you know, she was a very hard kicker. So we was always learned to keep things to ourselves.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, do you
But I still
have
now and then I do speak
how does
up
your
though.
family
I
take
do.
this, or have you kept it from them? Your mother, your dad, your sisters,
Honestly,
your brothers.
I told my dad about it. Honestly. And really, and I told my dad and my mom, but I ain't gonna lie. It's two different stories, okay? My dad, he wanted to press charges. I'm cute, right? He wanted to press charges for all that, but I have so much important shit in the way. You know? Like, if I go step my way out to put this girl in court, do all this shit, you know, yeah, that's cool, you know? But I don't know, like, I feel like it will slow me down from what I already got going on, you know?
Right.
You know,
And people know that. People be
I'm
knowing
getting
that.
my housing. So, yeah, so right now, like, I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, you got what you want, well, you got what you want, I'm gone, I'm left, so
Listen,
you
brother.
won't see me again, you know? That's how I feel. And right now, I just want to
Listen,
take care of my son, you know?
bro.
I don't really want to deal with nobody else's.
Bro, for the sake of your son and for the sake of all men that is going through this and that's been through this. You know what I'm saying? And you the one that got the
Right. Yeah, she
opportunity
did.
to put a stop to what she's doing right now. It's you. You gotta do that,
Right.
bro. You gotta do that. That's gonna be one of the hardest things. I can already see it in your face, brother. That's gonna be one of the hardest things you could ever think to do, bro. But you gotta do that, bro. Because what you don't want is that to happen to your son, and you trying to tell him hey, son, you need to go do this, man. Press charges, and he looking at you like, Dad, you didn't.
Right.
You want to be able to
Not for that.
show him exactly step by step how to go about this. All you got to do, brother, is call the precinct and talk to him. Call the district. It's one phone call. I'm going to give you all the information you need for where you at so you can communicate with the right people, bro. And just, you got to do that, bro. You got to do that because these women is running them up. It's like it ain't even
Mm-hmm.
no age limit no more. And they holding us accountable.
Right.
But didn't I just tell you the reason there is not resources for men is because men aren't saying anything. They're not
Right.
doing
No, you're
anything.
right.
So
You're
if
right.
you don't do something, then that makes you a part of the problem of why other men ain't never gonna get no help, bro.
No, I understand. You're right.
You
You're
know,
right.
I ain't trying to,
You're right.
I ain't trying to critique you or tell you what to do. But
No, I understand. I get what you're saying.
brother, I done seen a lot of men go through it. I done been through it. And when a prosecutor told me straight up, hey, look, it ain't no resources for men. I gotta dig for that. I'm like, you ain't got no resources for me. None.
Right.
Place back. Hey, my name is Sandra, and I'm just calling because I'm trying to figure out what resources you have for me. I've been in a domestic violence situation for about a year, and, you know, he's very abusive in many ways, and I was wondering what resources for you for me that you have. Well, do you have a pen, ma'am? And a pad? Bro, I wrote down,
Damn.
I'm talking about 3 pages worth of resources. The same place. So y'all ain't got none for me.
That's fucking crazy.
But y'all
That's fucked up.
got hundreds for Sandra.
Right.
Bro, that sickened me. That makes just, when you're doing it, think about you're doing this for your son, because your son is a black man. You know he's a black male too, brother. So you're doing it for him too. You creating the blueprint for him too. You know. Cause if that ever happens to him, bro, and you better hope it don't, you know, but if that ever happened to him, like, man, you want to be able to tell him, son, this is what you got to do, and I got you. I'm going to show you how to get a restraining order, a protective order, all of that. Because if you don't get one, bruh, she could turn around and punch herself in the face and call the police on you today. And at least you want them to know that you didn't already press charges on her. You just really scared for your life. Bro, she poured bleach on you. Nigga, if you walking around acting like you ain't scared, they gonna think that you are the problem.
Right.
You better say you traumatized for life. A woman could, listen, you'll get in a relationship. Don't wait until you get in a relationship, another one, and then she come past you with a bucket of bleach, and you like, oh shit. And she like, what's wrong with you? The whole time, you just got a flashback. That shit real, brother. That's gonna happen. It's gonna be times when bleach commercials come on, and you're gonna be like, damn. You might not even want to pour bleach on your clothes no more, bro. On your whites. It's going to bother you so bad.
Right.
And then now here it is, you got to be numb all the time. You got to be high all the time.
Right.
To deal with it. You don't want that, bro. Get therapy.
Right.
If you can. You know. But I doubt that they got these type of resources in plenty of states. Not cities, but the whole state. If it is a domestic violent situation involved, the whole therapy is canceled for the man. If it has anything to do with a domestic, they'll cancel that therapy session. So they have to create something that's specific for men, just like they have for women. They got plenty of, domestic violence classes for women. They got batters classes that men can take where the man is the abuser. But they ain't got none where the man is victims, not solely.
Right.
And that's ridiculous, because how is a man gonna heal around broken women?
Yeah.
So, yeah, brother, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, man. Pray, meditate, brother. Write in your journal. Get you a journal if you ain't got one. Write down your thoughts, bro.
I got hella journals, honestly. I got hella journals. I write in my journals all the time. I only write in my journals when I give out things like emotions and feelings and shit. I never really put out my feelings in my feelings out like that. I usually write it in a book. So, yeah. But I definitely see you my number, and you know what I'm saying, and get more contact on this to, get more help on the situation,
For sure, brother. But all right, man. You enjoy the rest of your day, bro. Take care of your baby. Stuff like that, bro. And my thing is this. When you going through that, where you gotta go and get your stuff from a deranged individual, you gotta get a police escort. He didn't know that. That boy 23 years old, 24 years old. He didn't understand that. I was grown and didn't know it. Like, overly grown. 32 and didn't realize it.